Hello and welcome to Feedbackula, the show with the questionable name and the questionable host, and the questionable subject matter and the questionable execution. Oh, I made myself sad. This week it's all about Disney's not-so-shocking shock decision to close LucasArts, as reported by small indie underdog news site GameSpot.com.
Lol, I don't think anyone in the comment section has read the article.
I'm confused. You seem to think that's somehow surprising. So yes, after a career lasting 2 whole decades, LucasArts has been laid to rest by family-friendly Mouse Corp Disney. The future of the studio was in doubt since Disney acquired it alongside Lucasfilm last October, and now it seems its fate is sealed. 150 people have lost their jobs as a result, and the possibility of Star Wars 1313 hitting shelves is shaky. According to a Disney representative, they're looking for proven external partners to develop video games for them. You guys, as ever, reacted in a level-headed and articulate manner.
Well, someone's getting their house pelted in dog shit.
You, Disney, just you.
Disney, execute Order 66. Lawyers, it'll be done, my lord.
I will find whoever finalised this decision, dress up as a cavefish, and beat them to death with a tire iron.
LucasArts to George Lucas. Father, please!
He's dead, Jim. Oh, wait.
I don't hate Disney, but I hope they have the same end as Terrace and Alderaan.
I don't hate Disney, but I hope a giant space laser blows them apart. Well, that's a charming sentiment.
As you can tell, I am mad as a Sith, but Walt Disney Lightside is getting darker and darker. Disney is worse than EA, Activision, Capcom put together. Disney will make Satan say, "God damn."
I may think about f***ing whoever did this.
You! You closed history of gaming! You closed Grim Fandango, Monkey Island, Day of the Tentacle, and much more. F*** you, Disney. F*** you.
Well, steady on now. Yes, those games are or were LucasArts properties, but they also came out in the 90s when things were, frankly, very different. See what I mean? My point is things change, and while LucasArts has a tremendous legacy, its best days were kind of behind it, a point that did not go unmentioned in the comments.
Too bad LucasArts closed, even though they squeezed the Star Wars series dry. Some of them were still pretty good. Still hoping Star Wars 1313 goes through.
Uncharted in Space wasn't exactly on my wish list anyway.
Even if I'm sad to hear that, it seems like a reasonable decision. They only had a few decent games in the last decade. I just hope that Disney gives Star Wars the amount of respect that it requires and provide us with quality games.
The only real negative from this is people losing their jobs and the unknown status of 1313. LucasArts hasn't made a single great game this generation, with their best game being the fairly average Force Unleashed. The greatness that was LucasArts died a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Forgive me, but the words "ha, ha" come to mind. This is what happens when you don't give the fans what they want. Our $60 waiting to be given to you for a quality product. Too bad. No soup for you.
Don't think I will forgive you, actually. Whether or not you feel LucasArts delivered what you want, laughing over their demise is kind of a dick move. No matter how you feel about a studio, it's always immensely sad when one closes, as people depend on that place not just for their livelihoods, but as an outlet for their creative passions. 150 of those people are now searching for somewhere new to work, and that's sad. I'm sure your flimsy Seinfeld reference will soften the blow for them, though. Good job, buddy. So LucasArts has closed, but what of the stuff they were working on before the call was made? Star Wars 1313 was shown off at E3 last year before the trail went unusually cold for the game. No prizes for guessing why that was. Well, as we said before, Disney are looking for people to develop games for them, but whether 1313 actually factors into that is pretty unsure. The best we've got to go on is there's always a possibility that Star Wars 1313 can still come out via licensing, which strikes me as a diplomatic way of saying they're really not giving it much thought as yet, which is a shame if you ask me. You all seem pretty intrigued by it.
Glad to see 1313 go. Looked like crap. Let's hope it doesn't come back.
Okay, well maybe not all of you.
Disney should ask Naughty Dog to work on Star Wars 1313.
Well, it still can be worse. They could give Star Wars 1313 a gearbox.
R.I.P. LucasArts. I certainly hope Star Wars 1313 doesn't die with it. That game has a very promising setting.
I have high hopes that 1313 will be picked up by someone. It seemed fairly well along in development.
DICE and EA should take over, because then you got 1313 with Frostbite engine in it.
I can just imagine that, watching all of the destructibility from behind a red velvet rope.
Zing! So there it is. What was once one of the heavy hitters in the industry dies to the familiar sound of people booing, people cheering, and people making insinuations about others' mothers. What a wonderfully demoralising world we live in. Good night, sweet LucasArts. May flights of chickens with pulleys in the middle sing you to your rest. Anyway, that's it from me for this week, and for next week as well, in fact. We've been looking at making some minor tweaks to Feedbackula recently, so the show is taking a short break of 1 or 2 weeks while we put them into practice. Bear with us, and before you know it, we'll be back with a bigger, better Feedbackula. Until then, pester me on Twitter @Johnette or use the hashtag Feedbackula. Bye for now.